Alright, welcome back guys, my name is Nick and we are once again back to share with you guys more of my hobby and my passion of collecting Pokemon cards. I've actually already done one video already, but I actually picked up this binder. This is a Pokemon Southern Islands binder on eBay. It was about 200 bucks, which sounds like a lot of money because it is, but in the world of sealed product, something especially this old, it was quite the deal actually. There is a set amount of cards that goes inside of it, like you are guaranteed a set of cards basically, which is kind of rare for Pokemon, but there are actually some bonus booster packs as well. Alright, so what does he plan to do with the white gloves? Colonoscopy time, but not really. So before we begin the unboxing of this binder, there are a couple things that I want to show you guys, because if you have ever graded cards before to a service like PSA or BGS, you'll know exactly what all these four are. But since this is not a dedicated Pokemon trading card channel, this is a gaming channel normally, some of you guys will probably be interested in it. So my hands are naturally usually sweaty, and especially right now it's the summertime and I'm surrounded by studio lights at the moment. So they're gonna perspire a lot, so I definitely want gloves. Some other things that you will need that are required for PSA grading are some penny sleeves, some semi-rigid card holders. These are called Card Saver ones. Some people use Ultra Pros, but I just have these on hand. This one is optional. These are just some tabs, not required, but a lot of people do it. I'm also gonna be using X-Acto knife to open the binder because I don't want to break anything, and I am terrible. I've done it before at opening booster packs. They take me forever, and I'm always like super worried that I'm gonna like break the cards. So I'm gonna be cutting them open with scissors. Good lord, took forever to put on these gloves. Jesus. Time to murder someone. All right, so now that I have my serial killer gloves on, let us begin. So just a little bit of background on this box. It was actually a promo set that was released in I think 2001. The Neo Genesis, Neo Revelation, Neo Discovery, and Neo Destiny set I think started to be released in 2000, so it was kind of in between of all of that. So yeah, it was sold as a promo set, and when I originally saw it, I immediately thought of like the Orange Island saga during the series. But during that series, it was still kind of limited to the original 150 Pokemon. In this set, you actually have the next generation Johto Pokemon as well. So yeah. Let's just slide this open here. Let's have a look. So there's a blister box on the front. It has a picture of a Pikachu on the back as well. The entire Pokemon Island is set on Pikachu Island. We'll put that over there for a second. All right, so here's a look at what you have on the inside. So all the cards are kind of stored on this piece of cardboard right here, and then you have the binder. I actually don't recommend using the binder, but I'll get to that a little bit later. So let's actually start removing the stuff from the cardboard very carefully here via my X-Acto knife. Once again, these cards are really old, so they were packaged actually really well in terms of how they got to me, and they're obviously sealed, so they're brand spanking new, but you still want to be careful with them. It's kind of an old thing. So you also got some sleeves here for the binder that go over there, which you're supposed to put the 18 cards in. I don't recommend it because you never want to put like expensive cards into binders that have 3 rings, because sometimes if you don't close it properly, the cards can sit on the rings and you'll smush them. If you're into like collecting cards, you're better off using a binder that has, it's a ringless binder. I'll link one in the description, or put a picture of one that you can kind of look into if this is kind of what you're trying to get into. Some other things you also get as well, it looks like you get some postcards. Let me cut this open and pull them out. You get some postcards from the island, very carefully here. These aren't as valuable as the cards, but they're still pretty cool. So you have a Jigglypuff one. Once again, this is when you put all the cards together, they recreate these pictures. If you look at the back, that's what you get as well. So then you got a Pidgeot and a Mew. This is actually one of the more valuable cards of the Mew. Hopefully we get a good one. Just because, if you're new, just because they're packed fresh doesn't necessarily mean they'll get the highest grade. It all comes down to print quality, centering, and basically it's the luck of the draw of determining what grade that you're gonna get, even if they're packed fresh. So that's that one. More postcards. Slowking holding it down. and then the generic jungle one. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Oh baby, these cards look super minty, especially with these reverse foil cards. Generally you find because there's so much foil, you find that there's actually a lot of print lines, factory print lines that you will get deducted for if you send these in for grading. But at least with this Meryl, I actually do not see any print lines at all. So that's a very good sign. So let's carefully open it with scissors and not break anything, damage the cards in any sort of way. So the front card, we got a Meryl. I'm actually gonna sleeve it right away here, just in case I like drop it or something. Throw it in a sleeve. So we got a Meryl. Don't know if you guys can see that or not. Looks super nice. We got a Vileplume. Oh, this Vileplume has print lines. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not as good quality as the Meryl was. So this will probably get a 9, unfortunately. Then we got a Slowking right here. The reverse foil, man, it's like mesmerizing. This one looks good. This one I actually get a 10. Has good centering on the front and back. Back looks pretty good. This one actually might get a 10. So we'll sleeve that up, put her in there. Oh, and this is the money one. This one is the most expensive one in the entire set. This is the Mew. Let me take a look at this really quickly. Oh no. There's some print lines at the base right here. I'm not 100%, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, if I can catch it with the light correctly, but not 100% sure if that will get a 10. It might get the PSA 9. So yeah, once again, it's kind of just to show you that just because they come packed fresh doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get a 10 automatically. Then we have, I think this is the last holo foil. Oh no, there's more. This is the Togepi. The Togepi card. This one has a little bit, I don't know if I can catch it with light. It has some holo foils, print lines. Once again, this might probably get a 9 as well. Once again, actually this one's pretty good. There's only some very slight scratching on the holo foil here. Once again, don't know if they can catch it with the light or not. Okay, so those are all sleeved up, ready to go. And we'll just go really quickly over the other ones. If you want to see like high res scans of all of these cards, there's a link in the description which I can put down there, so you guys can see some high resolution scans. But as you can see, we got an Ivysaur, Eradicate, Pidgeot, Onix, Lickitung, Primeape, Wartortle, Executor. Once again, if you put all these together, they make a picture. The non-holographic cards are not nearly as valuable as you can probably guess as the holofoil cards. You can probably pick up all the non-holos for about 40 bucks in a PSA 10, but they're still cool to look at. You gotta enjoy the artwork, especially this way. You have like Tentacruel, but then you have like a Dragonite flying in the background, Butterfree, Jigglypuff. We're gonna get to probably the funnest part, because usually with these YouTube booster pack openings, they're usually for random stuff, so it's kind of like the excitement of figuring out what you have, especially with a promo set, you know the exact set you're gonna get, so that's not as exciting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open these packs right here and basically see what's on the inside. So let's do it. What do I want to start with? Do I want to start with Neogenesis or two Neo Discoveries? I'm gonna do a Neo Discovery, then a Genesis, and then finish off with a Neo Discovery. So let us do Xatu, because I'm not really a huge fan of Xatu. It's a very unstimulating Pokemon to look at. So we'll cut this off. Then we will open the blister pack. There's like usually a card trick because there's a dedicated spot for where the rare cards are supposed to be in the pack, but I don't know exactly what it is in this case. So we have Xatu. This once again is Neo Discovery, and once again, if you want high-res scans of all these cards, you can find them in the description. So we got Xatu, Caterpie, Kabuto, Poliwag, Spinarak, Tyrogue, Mareep, Ursaring. Is that a rare? A rare is an Ursaring. That's very sad. No holo foil, but so that is the 4th card from the back. So maybe I'll do the card trick next time. So Kakuna, an unknown. That is an unknown N, and well, a fossil egg. Poo-poo. That's not very exciting. Basically, the unlimited versions are not nearly as valuable as the first edition ones for obvious reasons. So we really want to basically pull a holo here. So this is the Neo Genesis pack. You gotta be very careful. We also once again got a Spinarak here. So 1, 2, 3. So pull the 3 from the back. Let's see if I do this correctly. And move it to the front. So we have a Bills Transporter, Ariados. Yeah, I was wondering if that was a rare. Crocodile, another Spinarak as you saw. Sunkern, Slowpoke. This is like hungover Slowpoke. Jesus. Pikachu, Wooper, Girafarig, Donphan, and an Energy. Oh wait, I did it wrong. Donphan was our rare card. Oh, that's sad. No holo yet. So it all rests down on the scissor pack for Neo Discovery if we get a holo or not. So fingers crossed. Let us do it. Very carefully. Unknown. So we got an unknown E. Sandtret. Larvitar. Unknown O. Unknown O, had to look at it. Wooper. The hell is that thing? Teddiursa. I couldn't tell. Ammonite. Poliwrath. Oh, that's a rare. No holo. Xatu, Scyther, and of course Sloth. So unfortunately, none of our Neo packs received the holo, which is very sad. But that's the way the cookie crumbles with opening blister packs. They're basically light loot boxes. You're not really guaranteed anything at all. Alright, so I took my time, personally put all the cards, at least all the Southern Island ones, in the card savers. I put all the rare Neo cards and card savers as well. Once again, we did not pull any holos. We got a Poliwrath, an Ursaring, as well as a Donphan. Those are right here. Not really worth much, especially if they don't grade a 10 because they are the unlimited versions, but they're still cool to have. All the uncommons and commons that are pulled out of the set, I put them in penny sleeves. They're not really worth putting them in card savers yet at this moment, but at least I'll protect them somehow. And yeah, so I also went and personally graded what I think all the Southern Island cards would get. The non-holos look absolutely fantastic. With non-holo cards, the biggest thing that you're gonna be looking for is basically corners, as well as making sure that the cards are centered well. And these cards are centered exceptionally well. So I think I'm very confident that all the non-holo cards will get a 10. The only ones I'm a little suspect on are obviously the most valuable cards and the ones that you really want to get a 10 because like I said earlier, these cards, these non-holo cards are in a 10 are worth about 40 bucks each, 35 to 40 bucks each. The money cards are the reverse holo cards. And I have laid them out basically in the likelihood I think that they'll get a 10. So I'm very confident that the Meryl and the Togepi will get a 10. I don't know why I'm still wearing gloves. Let's take that off. So I'm very confident the Meryl and the Togepi will get a 10. The Leddyba is kind of a coin toss. And the last three, which are sadly, at least these two, are the most valuable ones in the entire set. This Mew especially has skyrocketed in price as of late, as well as the Slowking. I will be very shocked if they get a 10. There are a lot of print lines on them, but who knows? You can still get a 10 if the card doesn't have print lines, but we won't find out for a couple months because I'm sending all these cards in the card savers in for grading to PSA. So I will check back in a couple months when they finally get back. PSA takes forever to get their grading cards in. So yeah, if you guys want to see the returns and to see what I get, let me know in the comments box below. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little bit of change of pace for the channel in terms of what we're doing, but I decided to share my passion with you guys and my hobby of collecting Pokemon cards. And yeah, we'll see what we get in a couple months when these things come back to me. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. As always, if you enjoyed, if you want to see more Pokemon stuff like this, drop the video a quick thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. As always, have a fast day.